Holman.
Hey, what's up,
How you
bro?
doing, bro? How
I'm,
you doing?
man, I'm good, bro.
Yes, sir. I've been wanting to have you for a while, man. How's it going?
Man, I know we've been kind of missing in action, man. It's just hit or miss. It's just a lot of hit or miss, man. But we doing it. We doing it, man.
Yeah, bro. I see you've been doing a lot of things, man. I'm proud of you, man.
Man, appreciate that, man. Just working, bro.
Yes, sir. All right. I don't want to take too much of your time, so we're gonna get started. All right.
Yeah, man.
All right. So welcome to Jay's Music Talk. I'm your host, and with me I have the MJ Holman. How you doing?
I'm good, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So first off, I want to start off with what inspired you, right, to do music?
Yeah, man. So honestly, what inspired me, man? So both sides of my family are actually musical. Um, my dad's side of the family's from down south. They're from the Carolinas. And he's more like on the quartet side and all of that stuff. And then like my mom's side is musical, so I kind of get it from both sides. It kind of just came naturally.
Mhm.
Um, I guess you can say.
Okay. What are some like music collaborations that you've done?
Musicians are artists.
We can start with musicians first.
Okay. Um, we musician collaborations. Oh my gosh. Oh,
Take your time, brother. Take your time.
I you haven't you look listen. You're having me think, man. Of course, I grew up in Connecticut, so I was always privileged to sit in with the pals. Like those are my guy. Kevin is like my
Yes,
godfather. Well,
sir.
not my godfather, but
Yeah, that's my guy
yeah,
too, man.
Kevin's like my he's been like my mentor, slash unc.
Yeah,
Um, I guess you can kind of say like, even like Chicago, like Glenn,
yeah.
Christian Bishop, those are my guys. Yeah, I'm kind of new to the Midwest region, so I haven't really sat in, um, you know, because it's been a minute. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I like
But
that. I
artists
like
for
that.
sure, I'm always working with artists like Ernest Pugh was just in Michigan Sunday. I'm always with EP. Um, I've had the privilege to tour with Jonathan Nelson
Oh, yeah,
a few times. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was a good experience for sure. So yeah, man.
that's great, man. What are like your musical influences? Who you look up to?
So, so you already know. If y'all don't know, I've always looked up to Mike Burrell. Always. I've always, of course, looked up to Kev. Um, I've always looked up to Corey for sure.
Yeah,
Um, definitely Corey for sure. Um, I've looked up to Ray Charles. Ray Charles is like one of my like biggest inspirations ever. Like I study Ray Charles all the time. Like, um, yeah, for sure, for sure. So, and then there's some other cats that are around, church cats and just other cats that I see that really inspire me, just as a whole. You know what I'm saying? So there's cats that don't even have a name that really, inspire me. So yeah.
yeah. Uh, so I want to kind of talk about the music challenges because I know many of us musicians we go through challenges, especially when it comes to playing music and playing for artists in church and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I want to ask you like what are some challenges that you went through as a musician?
Yeah, no, for sure. I went through a lot of challenges. One challenge that I had was insecurity. I always kind of felt insecure about my gift.
Hmm.
Um, I felt like, I just really felt like I wasn't good enough to get the call, you know.
Yeah,
And that came with maturity and that came with time, but that also came with a lot of lessons about myself, things that I had to change about myself as a musician.
hmm,
Because sometimes we can be the reason why we don't get the call.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And so, I had to take some ownership and accountability and be like, okay, dude, like you got to come up. You know what I'm saying? If you want the call, this is what it's going to have to take.
yeah,
Um, but also too, not just um not really being seen, you know, overlooked. I had some challenges on being overlooked. Um, you know. Um, I think for me, I think for me, I was just in a different category at that time, in a different
Yeah,
space. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff you're not really ready for. And sometimes as musicians, sometimes you can feel like what you think you can take on, you can
yeah,
handle, and sometimes you can't, you know? And so I had a lot of those moments too. Um, and I mean that again, over time, it's kind of like one of those things where it's like you just growing your craft and
hmm,
you kind of just let the work speak for yourself, you know? And then also too, God is the one that does the elevating as well
yeah,
in the right timing. So it's like again, sometimes it can be discouraging, because you might see your other musicians doing stuff that you feel like you're ready for.
yeah,
Um, and sometimes, everybody has their own lane. So you got to be okay with being in your own lane and know what
hmm,
God, the space that God has you in. Sometimes you just have to just, be okay with that. Um, and over time, like I started getting the calls that I never thought I'd get. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Some calls I wasn't. Some calls I flamed on. It was my fault. Some calls I still got. You know what I'm saying? Other stuff that I moved on from, and that whole experience is just a whole nother, layer of. But yeah. So you just gotta just once you start getting them calls, you just gotta just walk in confidence, stand on business, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
really stand in confidence. It's like, this is the call I got. So
yeah,
hey,
bro. I also want to add something to that too. Me as a young musician myself, 18 years actually. I've also struggled with insecurity as well when it comes
yeah,
to my gift, and to the point where I thought I wasn't good enough either.
yeah,
And also getting called to play at places, you know what I'm saying? Um, I always got overlooked, just
yeah,
like you, at a
yeah,
young age, because I get called to play at conferences now and concerts now.
mm,
But before then,
mm,
I wasn't getting called at all.
yeah,
Normally, my sister, who was a singer, she gets called to play, to sing with them, right?
yeah,
And when I realized like people are not calling me, I used to feel like I'm not good enough. But one thing, bro, that we have to understand is that sometimes when we don't get called, it doesn't mean that they don't want to use us. It's just one thing that, okay, like this is a sign, like okay, that door is being closed for a reason because you're getting set up to be open to
yeah,
another door.
yeah,
So
yeah,
sometimes we mustn't look as not being called as such a bad thing because sometimes it can be for our own protection, like we're not ready and stuff like that.
yeah, man.
So that could be something where it's like you got to prepare, like you got to prepare and make sure like you're good and everything because eventually you're gonna get called, but sometimes it's not your timing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's not your timing. So I had to learn that, and then probably about like a few months later, I started getting called for this camp for 3 days. And
mm,
then after that camp, now I got a call from another event, and then from another and another. So it's like I'm like, okay, so like this was like the time I should have prepared myself, right? And then eventually I started getting called. So for the musicians out there, just know that it's all about patience and it's all about God, because God closes doors for reasons and He opens them for reasons. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I have to learn that, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's real, bro. That's real.
Yeah. So, how long have you been playing keys, bro?
I've been playing keys since I was 6, and I'm 28.
That's a
Yep.
long time.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
So, yep.
I've been playing. I've been playing when I was 15, 14, 15. I've been playing since I was 14, 15 because I started on drums first when
Yep.
I was 7. Yes, because let me tell you something about me, bro. I also come from a music family too.
Mm,
Basically, yeah. So my father, he plays the bass in church. My mother sings. My sister sings, and I play. Right, and I used to sit next to my father when I was smaller. I used to sit
mm,
next to him on the musician stand and watch him play the bass. And I told him like when I reach the age, I want to eventually play music with him up there, not play the bass, play the music up there with him, and to the point where I started on drums 7 years old. But then I had my little cousin that was coming up, and he was getting so much good at the drums, and I started losing love for it at some point when I started looking at the keyboard.
Mm.
And so I just gave him the drums, and then I started looking into the keys, and I developed love for it ever since, to the point where I started playing it in church. I played at other conferences, at a whole different concerts and events. And even just yesterday, the service was nice, man. Our service was nice yesterday. I was playing organ yesterday. Yeah, it
Nice,
was it
bro.
was yeah, the conference is really nice. So my love for keys has grown over the years of me just playing and watching other inspirations that I look up to play. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's something that really, you know.
Dope. Dope, man. Keep going,
Also, bro,
man.
I want to say congrats, bro, on the engagement, bro.
Ah, good looks, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. Thank you,
Yeah,
bro.
bro. I couldn't just get on here and didn't say that, man.
Tell Devontae, please don't start. Yeah, but nah, I appreciate that, dog. For real, man. I'm excited about this new journey, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you work with Jonathan Nelson, right?
Yeah, man. A few times I have.
So what were your favorite moments, ministering with him?
Honestly, my favorite moments ministering with him is a lot of times we think about like the actual service.
Yeah.
Um, but honestly, the learning moments were the best parts for me. Like the actual learning, the behind the scenes,
Mm-hmm.
because that's still ministry too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, but the learning moments, the learning curves, the uh, um, just what it looks like before we get out there. Those moments matter to me because then you learn from your mistakes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I remember one time we was in Chicago at this big church, and I'll never forget it. We didn't even talk about it, but he had sent me his set list, and I was like, I had gotten his stems from somebody else, but I didn't have the right stems that he does.
Yeah.
So we in sound check, yo, it was good, bro. We in sound check, and he like, yeah, I think we was doing our God is greater.
Yeah.
Now I had the extended stems, and we were playing, and he was like, MJ, he was like, this ain't the right format. He was like, this ain't the right format. This not the version I do. So I'm looking like, what you
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Oh my.
what other like, you know what I'm saying? So he like, yeah, nah. So he stopped sound check. Was good, Tim. So Jonathan stopped sound check, and he was like, yo, this is the right version. So I had to learn another version like
Wow.
10 minutes before service.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a learning curve for me because it was like, oh shoot, like I gotta learn format. This man's telling me this ain't the right format. I gotta learn format like basically 10 minutes before service.
Yeah. Wow.
I thought that was a yeah, so that was a lot.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
He said that wasn't the right
Yeah,
format.
yeah, like because like he has like a radio version and then like an extended version.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know.
So
I know something.
yeah, so the version he does was cut down. And yeah, basically I had to follow the grid on Ableton and get through it.
Yeah.
And then while directing a band that I didn't know. So I don't know these guys don't know me. I'm coming in sound check trying to think, I'm saying, thinking we sweet. I gotta learn another version and guide them. So
Wow.
yeah, crazy. Yep.
Man. Bro, what would you say is your favorite keyboard, bro, that you most like playing?
Right now it's the montage. But I do like that motif, the XF8.
Bro,
Yeah,
bro,
bro.
me and
I
you are gonna
love.
be best friends, bro.
Yeah, man. I love the XF8, man. I just love the feel.
Exactly, bro. You and me gonna be friends for sure,
The
man.
feel. A lot of people sleep on that XF8. I'm
Um,
telling you, that feel
let me
is.
let me tell you why people sleep on it though, and I don't sleep on it. I'm not those. I love the Motif series, but I'm gonna tell you why people sleep on them, bro. Because it's a much older model. People overlook it, and to me, it doesn't make any sense because basically the motif it's still valuable today because of the sound effects that it still has, but people overlook it because it's a much older board. They look at the much more released ones now, like the Montage. They just released the what do you call that one? M8X, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. They just released that one. Or the 5 year ago keyboard. They're not looking at no 2003, 2000 keyboard. But to me, it doesn't make any sense. But I don't know why people overlook it, but me personally, I love the motif series. That's just me. I love the motif. That's what I play at my church actually. I play the motif ES.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, I love the motif series, man. And the motif XF8, yeah, I love it too. That's my dog right there. So
Nice.
when bro, when you said that you love it, bro, I was like, oh my God, man.
Yes, sir. I like the ESA too. I mean, every motif has a different feel to
Yeah,
it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But if I had to choose a setup, it, it would be the XF8 or the montage, for real, for real.
yeah, the montage is nice
Yeah.
too. I love
And
the live set on it and everything.
now the montage is the hammer action on the montage is really different. Like it's way heavy.
Oh,
It feels
oh yeah.
different. But that new montage feels a little lighter though. It feels
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
Because let me tell you something. At my church, we have three keyboards, uh, one bass and one drum. So we have the Montage 8, Motif VS 8, and the Motif 6. So I play the Motif 6, right? For organ or aux, whatever I do. And at my house, where I'm at right now, basically, I have the Modix 8 Plus, which is somewhat similar to the Montage, which is like the baby brother, whatever you call it. People call it the baby brother, but you know what I'm saying. Um, but as for the keys, bro, I know what you're saying about it, cause every time I play the Montage, cause sometimes play it, bro, the keys feel so different. And then the other day I went to Guitar Center and I tried out the new Montage, and it felt so much lighter. Yeah, so I know what you mean by the key weight. I know what you mean by that, bro.
Yeah.
So crazy. So how would you say your music has evolved over the years?
Um, wow, that's a great question. Um, I think after me leaving Connecticut, I was able to like really find my sound.
Mm,
Um, Basically in a nutshell. Yeah. After I left Connecticut, I was able to really find like who is MJ? Like who is me? What's my
yeah,
sound? Like when
yeah.
I sit down, you know what I'm saying? Like when I sit down, anything I put my hands to, you could tell that's me.
Yeah.
Um and I think that just developed through me just leaving, figure
Mm,
just figuring it out, you know. Um yeah, and I just think over time, you know, you work at it, and I'm still not perfect, you know. Still till this day, I'm forever trying to, how to figure out how to,
yeah, same here, bro. Same
yeah,
here.
man. So, yeah, man. Like I said, over time, yeah, man.
Bro,
Yeah.
bro, what do you enjoy playing better? Organ or keys?
Um, I love both, to be honest, but people just call me for keys. Honestly, they just do.
Bro, honestly, for some reason, I developed a love for the organ more. For some reason. For some reason, I developed a love more. I still love keys, but I developed
Yeah.
love for the organ much more than keys now. It's just I've been playing it a lot lately for church and everything, and it's like I make that thing scream, bro. It's like it's another thing where it's like I'm here holding down stuff. I even just uploaded the video too on my page. We was playing the intro for my church. We have this intro opener that we play during morning prayer, and I was just playing around with the Leslie and everything, and I'm here making that thing talk and everything, and then that's mainly the sound that I use a lot lately.
Dope.
I use organ a lot lately. And if I'm not using that, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm not using organ, you'll hear me using either synth, strings, or a whole bunch of other stuff. If
Yeah.
I'm not playing organ, that's just me.
Yeah. Yeah, for
But
sure.
I developed love for the organ a lot though.
Yeah,
And
man.
if I'm leading keys, I make sure I have patches on it because I don't like the keys alone unless there's gonna be like an aux person behind me. But if there isn't, I'm gonna have patches behind it. Like if I like I use keys with background strings with an analog pad behind it. And if I want to, I can add some J-pop bells to it too. Yeah, so I've been using organ a lot though. Like I fell in love with it. Like especially playing with it a lot. I fell in love with the sound. I fell in love with it a lot, man.
Dope.
And the funny thing is, to go back to what you were saying about finding yourself, like finding your sound, I feel like many people of now today, they just want to mimic other people. They want to mimic other musicians' sound, and they don't want to find their own sound. And it kind of makes them, feel like, okay, you're mocking this person, like you're a bootleg version of this musician. If you get what
Mm.
I'm saying, like
Yeah.
you're a bootleg version of this musician. But nothing's wrong in taking the sound from another musician, but it's another thing when you take it and you make it your own, like put a twist on, put it to your craft, put a twist on it. That's what I learned as a young musician myself. That's what I had to learn. Don't just mimic other people's sound. Learn to draw from people and then just put a twist on it, make it your own, do some tweaking to it, you know what I'm saying?
For sure, man.
Yeah, yeah, make it your own. Don't just take something and just say like, okay, I did that. I learned that. No, learn to be creative. That's what I had to learn. Like, be creative and stuff like that. But yeah, Max. One last question. So like, what piece of advice would you give to me as a young musician, such as myself?
What advice would I give to you, man? First of all, keep God first. That's number one. Keep God first.
Amen. Amen.
Um, yeah, keep that prayer life first. Keep that, what I'm saying, that we can't do this. A lot of musicians are just straying away from the fact that they feel like they can do this on their own. Like, besides the money, we get to do this. Like, we get to serve. We get to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, he
Yeah.
gave this the ability. So it's like we get to do this. And so keep that first, man. Always keep that first, and the opportunities gonna come. You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? Opportunities gonna come. Outside of that, outside of the spiritual aspect, you know what I'm saying? Keep grinding, keep working, um, keep learning, um, be open,
Yeah.
always be available, you know what I'm saying? Always be open, always be willing. Um, like how we were saying earlier, just being patient, taking the time, you're gonna
Exactly.
f- you're gonna go through seasons where you feel a certain type of
Yeah.
way, and it's okay.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But in that, just realize, like, hey, this may not be for me, or a lot of things that a lot of gigs and opportunities that I thought, I was even gonna be on, and something happened, and I'd be like, well, how did I get booted? But again, everything happens for a reason. So
Mhm.
just, what I'm saying? Um, yeah, man. And I mean, outside of those things, you know, as time goes on and you start learning about business and, um, all that other stuff, all that's going to fall into place as
Yeah,
time goes on. So, yeah, man, just keep grinding and yeah, bro.
yeah, bro. I want to thank you so much for joining, bro. It's an honor to have you, man.
Man, it's an honor, bro. Thank you for having me.
Bro, hopefully we cross paths, bro. We got to set something up, bro.
Absolutely. Absolutely. For sure.
Yes, sir, bro. We'll talk soon, all right?
I'm sure. Yes, sir.
There it is. Lead. Come on, everybody. Lead. Come on, everybody. Lead. Come on, everybody. Everybody lead for joy. Lead. Everybody lead for peace. Everybody lead for joy. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. I promise you, you'll feel better. Get off your couch and give him a praise this morning.